Reality check. What and or who do you have hope in? This is your reality check to check in with yourself. Where do you put your hope? Is it in yourself? Is it in others? Or is it in God? Now, this live stream will really just encourage you to being able to put hope in that which lasts, right? And that is God. Hope always has three elements to it. And I thought I would go through these now and really kind of figure out what hope is made up of, so that when we do know what hope is made up of, we know how to better place it upon that which can carry the hope. So first, hope looks around, right? And assesses that something or someone could be better than what it is, that something or someone is somehow broken. So if things were as perfect as they could be, you wouldn't need hope. So the first thing that hope is made up of is an assessment. You need to make an assessment to have hope. You need to make an assessment of yourself, of your circumstances, and everything to be able to want to have hope. And then second is an object. So in order to have hope, you need to have an object, right? So hope always has an object. It is basically the thing that you then bank your hope on. And we have different objects that we put our hopes on, as we will explore. So if things were as perfect as they could be, again, you wouldn't need hope. And so when we're talking about hope needing to have basically an object is the thing that you, again, bank your hope on, and you ask this object of your hope to really just fix what is broken or to deliver what is desired or needed. And then third, an expectation is necessary to have hope. So hope has an expectation that something is going to be met at some point in time. So this is what you ask the object of your hope to give you, right? What you hope that the object of your hope will deliver. Now, it might be that you've put hope in yourself, put hope in other people, put hope in material objects, put hope in dreams, put hope in this and that. And what happens, let's say, when we put our hopes in these things that are fallible, that inherently have brokenness to them and inherently is going to break at some point anyways, is that we will be disappointed regardless, because we are all fallible. We're all fallible. So my intention with this live stream is to really begin putting our hope in the eternal and in God. And what I mean by that is not to put our hope in some man in the sky, because that would be another way of externalizing hope into a thing, which it is not. But we have connection with Source, with God, with the one and only that gives us this opportunity here on this earth. And we're not here to prove anything, to push, and to constantly be on the hunt, because we're already promised. And if we live from that place of everything is already promised, then this hope is not going to be as like necessary, if I dare saying so. Like, you're not going to be wavering on this hope. You're going to know that it's already done for you, and in your, basically not in your time, but in God's time. So there are really only two places to look for foundational hope, and that is basic meaning and purpose, right? Motivation to continue, a sense of well-being, and that knowledge that you've kind of hooked yourself to what life really is about. So when you're connected to true hope, you are connected to what life really is about. And the thing here is that you can search for hope horizontally in all kinds of situations. And horizontally means that you're just searching for it in this specific direction. You have this direction like here, right? Horizontally. We can search for it again in situations, in experiences, in physical possessions, locations, and relationships of our everyday life. And we can put our hopes in these things, thinking that they will satisfy us, thinking that these are the things that will make us fulfilled, when we all know that that is not going to be the case, at least not in the long term. In the long term, it's all going to fall regardless. So why do we put our hope in that in the first place? It will just lead to disappointment, right? So there are two problems really with looking horizontally, like outside, for kind of where we ought to put our hope. First of all of these things, again, suffer from some degree of brokenness, and they are really just part of the problem here. And because they're unable to deliver what it is that you're looking for. So let's say I'm dating. Okay, let's say I'm dating and I'm going on all these dates, and I keep thinking that the one is out there. And let's say I get into a relationship and I still keep thinking that this person is going to satisfy everything that I want and need at all times, and that they're going to make me happy. And or we go down a career path and we climb the ladder and we just kind of go, and we think that that is where the happiness is at. When you can do that, and I've done that myself, but it's only going to lead so far. And the thing here is that you're going to continue to kind of go down that path. You're going to continue to thinking these things, because we are all really inherently sinners in that way. We all have the capacity to think that the solution is out there horizontally when it really is in God. Also, these things that I'm talking about, like relationships and physical possessions, they were never made to be the source of your hope. A relationship is not the source of your hope. A career path is not the source of your hope. Kind of going on Instagram Live is not going to be the source of your hope either. Like nothing will ever be the source of that. It won't. And I recognize that Paul says in Romans 5:05 that when he tells us that hope in God will never put us to shame, what he really means there is that we'll never really fail in that. Like there's always hope in God because we're connected with God. And when we really put our hope in that, then all we can do is really just trust where he's guiding us, the decisions that we're taking each and every single day. And we'll feel so much better in that way. Only when God, right, is your hope kind of sure and secure. And only he is able to give you the life that your heart seeks. Great to see you, Join. And only he can deliver this kind of internal peace that nothing else can give you. And I can say this from my own experience. Once you've felt this dawn of just peace come over you, and you can experience this yourself, and everyone has to some degree. Let's say you've completely lost hope in all these horizontal things, like a relationship or a career path or something. Once you've reached the limit, like what you end up doing is you just freaking cry. Like you cry, or you just let down your guards and you're like, God, oh God, right? And it's as if that what happens is that energy, that stuck energy just loosens up, and you can feel that peace come upon you. And that's what I mean with us putting our hope in God, because God will always be there, even when things seem to be going like completely southwest. So it's important for us to have a connection with that and to nourish that connection. You already have the connection, but it's about being able to nourish it. So it's only when grace really has hooked you to God that you are connected to what life really is about. When you no longer put that person on a pedestal, that dream on a pedestal, that animal on a pedestal. I don't care what you put on the pedestal for what you think will bring you some sort of everlasting joy, but when you have come to discover through trials, through challenges, through you overcoming, through you going after what it is that you're feeling called to do, and you do that over and over and over again, you're going to end up putting your hope in God and nothing else ever again. So this and more is what we also talk about more in the garden as well, which is the community that I'm founding to bring more people together to grow in faith and to really just come together over God and to be able to nourish this relationship, because in so many other areas of our lives, we are being taught, and growing up too, we're being taught that we're to put all our attention into growing a family or relationship, um, or a degree or something like that, right? Or a business. But when do we take time to nourish the connection with what matters most, which is the life source energy that is flowing through us and to us at all times? So with that said, you can go to the link in bio on Instagram, or you can go to bloomandbeyond.com/waitlist, or just go to bloomandbeyond.com and you'll be able to find your way in there as well. So that's what kind of was on my heart today, that again, it's time to have a reality check. What are you putting your hope in? Or who are you putting your hope in? And just let yourself just be disappointed right now that that thing or that person will never be able to give everything that you want. They won't. Only the connection that you have is what it is that will continuously nourish you, because it's eternal, that connection to God. So with that being said, I will see you tomorrow.